Man, the boy is good, right? Oh, boy. Totally different music. Well, again, as Curt said, I want to thank you all for braving the weather to come out to see us. Got my honey down there so I can see him. We got texts left and right about people canceling, so we really do appreciate you coming out to see us tonight. So I want to start with a tune that I wrote. Many of you are familiar with this. During the pandemic, I encouraged my husband to get up and do some ballroom dancing. We had taken an adult ed class. And I said, come on, honey, we might not lose weight, but maybe we can at least maintain it and do a little exercise. And we were doing waltz and cha-cha and tango swing and foxtrot. And after the pandemic, well, I guess there really isn't after the pandemic because it's continuing. But in 2021, I wrote this song for him called Waltz for Hunny. And that's Hunny, because he was like Pooh Bear. He was a real cuddly guy. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. So I decided when I do my next CD, which is coming up, it's already in the process. It'll all be originals. That first one included, Waltz for Hunny. And I'd like to do a tune for you. I wrote this for my friend Sally. Sally had Parkinson's disease, and she was in and out of the hospital. She taught with me. She taught ESL. I taught German, and she'd be in and out of the hospital because she wanted to have every extraordinary measure there possibly was to be alive for her grandddaughters, her granddaughter, grandson, and her daughter, and her husband, Ed. And she loved horses. And I have on my porch, I have a Carousel rocking horse that I bought for myself as a retirement present when I retired from being a German teacher. And every time I look at that, I think of her because I knew she loved horses. And that I know that her life was up and down and back and forth and to the hospital, to the nursing home, back and forth. And I started writing this tune for her, and I called it Sally's Carousel. And I talked to her daughter after I'd written it, and I said, I wrote your mom a song. She said, well, what's it called? I said, Sally's Carousel. She said, how strange. Mom used to say to me, how do I get off of this crazy carousel? And I never knew it. So here you go, Sally's Carousel. Thank you. Sally's Carousel. Love that one. I'm sure my Hunny and Sally are both watching down. So I don't know how many of you believe in mediums, but I kind of feel like I have to. I need to know that my husband and my friends who've passed on are thinking of me and sending me signals and maybe controlling some of the things that I do and that happen to me. and helping me out down here until I get to see him again. And so I saw him. I started writing this song in October at Tommy Emmanuel's guitar camp. And then Christmas came. At the end of October, you start learning your holiday songs because you forget them from year to year, and you have to start relearning them again. And so after Halloween, I start learning my Hanukkah songs, my Christmas songs to play for all the holiday gigs that I have. And so I let this song go to the side. And then after Christmas, it was like, let's get back to that. So it was only a few weeks ago that I really finalized this tune. And this will be the premiere of it tonight. And yeah, so I can't wait to hear it either. And I was talking to a medium. I didn't have a name for it. And I was talking to the medium, and she said, your husband's gonna come back as a woodpecker. I said, yeah, that sounds like him, okay, yeah. But I said, I'd seen a woodpecker, but not recently. And she said, well, he's gonna send you a lot of birds. I said, well, again, not recently. There have been no birds out of my sun porch. But she said, well, he wants to let you know that he's very proud of you. Was he an artist? And I said, yes, he drew some amazing things. He played guitar as well. And she said he's very proud of what you do, and he really likes the new things you're writing. Okay. And then she says, did he ever draw a picture of light coming through trees? And I said, well, no, not that I can think of. He did self-portraits. He did a picture for me for my birthday of 2 fighting stallions. And he drew on every envelope he ever gave to me. Christmas, Hanukkah, everything. Easter, my birthday. There were always drawings on the front of the cards. He was very talented. And I thought, well, no, I don't remember him doing a light through the trees. But, I'll keep that in mind. And we finished the session. I went out onto the porch. My guitar was out there, and I sat down to try to start playing this again. And there was the darn woodpecker on the bird feeder doing. I said, hi, Moo. His nickname was Moose, and we had a thing we said to each other. We'd say Moogie. It's from a movie called The Love of Aaron, where the mom and the son would say Moogie to each other. It meant I love you. So I call him Moo. Could be Moogie or Moo. And I said, I know you're with me. And just as I was sitting there, the light started shining through the redbud tree that we had there. And I thought, that's what he was trying to show her, to show me. He was giving me a name for the song, The Light Through the Trees. Here you go. Thank you so much. Thank you. It's a keeper? Okay. All right. It'll be on the new album when it gets out. Hoping this summer. So before I forget, I want to thank Sellersville Theater for having us back again. This is our second annual, and it's really, really nice to be welcomed here. I want to thank Billy Z for believing in me and booking me for opening acts here. And our house manager, Lisa, and Isaiah doing the sound and audio and lights. And don't forget our bartender, too. Be kind to Carl when you go out there. And for the guys and all the volunteers, because I was an usher, and I know how much work it is. And so for braving the weather, for the volunteers, too, for coming out tonight. So my thanks for that. And the last song I want to do for you is a song I always wanted to write a rag. And I did. And actually, I premiered it here on this date exactly 2 years ago when I opened for the California Guitar Trio. That was pretty cool. And a couple months after that, I played it for Tommy Emmanuel at one of his concerts at a meet and greet. And he said, "Wow, Bunny, that's really good. Would you like to play it on stage tonight?" Sure, yeah, sure. I mean, I wouldn't say no to him, but my gut was saying, no, you don't want to. There's 1,200 people in that theater. And thank goodness the lights were so bright, like here, you could only see the first couple rows. So that was good. I couldn't see past the second row. And I did. And this is my rag called BB's Rag.